Hey everyone, welcome to Reality TV News Update, the place where we bring you the latest updates, fun moments, and behind the scenes stories you won't want to miss. Karma always comes to collect in the Big Brother house. This was demonstrated perfectly in week 8 of CBS's Big Brother 27, when all of a participants' negative gameplay chips were cashed in. Sometimes the pieces don't fall right away. It's a slow domino effect that eventually knocks everything over. In the case of Week 8, a string of unfortunate events proved fatal, finally releasing all of the anticipation. The test or the tested. If you can believe it, Keanu's head of household reign wasn't the complete disaster you'd expect it to be. Don't get me wrong, he made his share of bad moves, and we're going to talk about it. But from an overall look, he attempted to stand his boundaries, repair the damage, and set himself up for the future. He should have repaired his relationship with Rachel right away, which was a wise decision. After failing to convince Vince to backstab her, Keanu chose the right approach to admit his mistake and come crawling back for her forgiveness. With Rachel on his side, he was in a much better position. Also, steering his whole reign to eliminate a target benefited him immensely. Typically, we wouldn't need to call this out because, obviously, they're playing a game for $750,000, and they should be prioritizing themselves to win. However, the house guests of Big Brother 27 have continually baffled us by nominating and evicting their allies, so the bare minimum shines brightly this season. Keanu's decision to nominate Morgan and Mickey, who don't work closely with him and want him out, would benefit him in the long run because they wouldn't be able to target him. Keanu kept his eyes on his goal. Well, at least in the beginning. Where his stumbled came from his surprising moral stance. Why nominate Vince to send him a message? Vince was never going to learn that lesson. He'll always cry, apologize, and then backstab you either way. All that nomination did was potentially evict one of his closest allies. If Big Brother 27 has taught the house guests and us viewers anything, it is that nominating your allies is a bad idea. Heed this lesson, future house guests. Please stop doing it. The editing roles have been reversed. Regarding Vince, the episodes from Week 8 of Big Brother 27 have finally begun to reveal his true gameplay style. Did anyone else notice the subtle shift in his editing tone? He went from being a charming strategic threat to being a whiny manipulator and an alleged emotional cheater. I loved how Keanu, Kelly, and Ava all called out how Vince has played a scared and manipulative gameplay, risking and betraying his allies with little protection. Even Lauren can't ignore how much Vince has done her dirty this summer. It's refreshing to keep the story's accuracy, as Big Brother rarely does such a powerful heel turn on a player. The friendship between Vince and Morgan is one example of a subject that has remained in the gray area. They're having an emotional and light physical affair, right? Fans have dubbed their friendship/romance achievements. Unfortunately, their actions haven't deterred the truth from this. Both may claim to just be friends, but they're always hugging and touching one another, as well as making suggestive comments or doing baffling actions. An emerging showmance isn't usually something that needs to be addressed, but it's become a talking point for the house guests, one that could see them as a threat. Additionally, for superfans who are aware, Vince's domestic relationship is making matters extremely tense. Between the two, Morgan needs to get her head in the game and trust her intuition versus her heart. As mentioned above, Vince has betrayed every single ally he's had during Big Brother 27. No one has been spared from his gameplay. Hopefully, she can learn this lesson before it gets her evicted. If she were to ever find out that Vince and Keanu schemed to get her to use the power of veto POV on Vince instead of herself, that might be the thing to shake some sense into her. She doesn't have Vince's support. Away with words. The big debate of Week 8 was the question of Keanu's word. Specifically, did Keanu promise safety to Ashley if he had promised it through Rachel? He said Rachel was safe, and he confirmed that he wanted to keep Ashley safe too. The only thing that changed was that Morgan, his original target, had one POV, so he needed to find a backup regardless. However, the need for a replacement doesn't take away from the words he said. This situation was an interesting case because he was so adamant that he didn't say Ashley was safe 100%. I don't agree with his point of view. He may have changed his mind after the fact, but he uttered those words. His intentions were known to Rachel, especially in his attempt to repair bridges with her. As Ho, Keanu made a huge mistake. If you're going to break a deal, you have to act and get rid of the person. Leaving them in the house only keeps a person who has a fractured relationship with you, especially one who wants to now target you. Ashley and Rachel made it known that they'd be upset. Ashley should not be surprised if she uses that betrayal to promote Keanu as a possible nominee. She has every right to do so. Keanu betrayed her. Mickey's luck runs out. Mickey's eviction was a culmination of many bad moves and errors, which, unfortunately, is a surprise because she started Big Brother 27 on such a strong note. For a while, Mickey was one of the top frontrunners to win the game. She had great connections with everyone and a good game mindset. And sure, we could pin this down to Morgan winning the POV or Vince winning the BB blockbuster as to how Mickey ended up as the eviction option. But that wouldn't do her story justice for the reasons why everything fell apart. The problem started unfolding after her whole reign, and by the time of her eviction, Mickey's reality of Big Brother 27 wasn't the real reality. She believed that she was the leader of the alliance and was responsible for all of the strategic choices that everyone blindly followed. She completely ignored the harm she had done by abandoning her allies Jimmy, Morgan in favor of attempting to build new ones Riley, Vince. And the way she spoke to the ones she thought she had Will, Ava, Ashley, etc. only drove a stronger wedge between them. Mickey didn't realize that her entire game had shifted and moved on without her. She might have considered something was amiss, but by then, it was already too late. Mickey could have joined the judges' alliance if she had taken a breather and apologized to her allies. However, because of those past decisions, she wasn't in the room or considered for creating that group. Being Ho didn't change Mickey, it merely allowed her gameplay style to be seen, and her social game to be hurt in the process. Overall, Week 8 of Big Brother 27 created a complex round of surprising gameplay decisions and interesting player beats. When we thought house guests would zig, they zagged instead. Week 8 was lighter compared to the chaotic drama of rounds past, but Keanu's whole run didn't disappoint with the reality TV fun. And with the house guests making one last powerful move before jury, Week 8 achieved an enjoyable finish to cap off the pre-jury phase. Big Brother 27 airs new episodes on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays on CBS.